everyone. Myself, Savireddy Yugandhar Reddy. I am founder and CEO at Arjun Consultants. First of all, I would like to say a few words about our company. Our company established in the year 2011, and our company is ISO 9001 2015 certified company. Basically, we are into overseas education from past 10 years. We are serving for USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand as well. We served more than 2,000 students in this past 10 years. First of all, I would like to thankful to HDFC Credit Lab providing this kind of opportunity to interact with the many students here. And we are associated with HDFC Credit Lab from past 10 years, and we are very much happy with the HDFC Credit Lab services for our students. And I would like to say something about HDFC Credit Lab. HDFC Credit Lab is providing education loans for qualified students who got the good academics and who got the good entry requirement. They are providing education without collateral security. That's only this HDFC Credit Lab providing this kind of opportunity here. Now, today I would like to explain about what is the education system in United Kingdom as well as United States of America. Now, I will start with our company services. Basically, we are providing in-house coaching for GRE and IELTS and TOEFL and PTE. And moreover, we will provide career counseling as well, depending on the student area of interest, which course is suitable for his career, and what kind of the demanding courses in future generation. We will give, depending on the student undergraduation stream, we will provide this kind of the career counseling as well as course selection. It's also complete, depending on the student area of interest. We will give courses like related courses with the student is from computer science. We will give the some related course in the future generation in career, and more we will do the university shortlisting as well. Maximum every country got a lot of universities, and every university got the different admission criteria, and depending on the student academic percentage and the entry requirement, we will shortlist the universities for particular students depending on entry requirements and student academic percentage, and we will provide admission guidance as well. What does this mean? Every university got the different admission criteria. Based on every university, they will ask for the different documents for the admission purpose. We will give guidance according to university requirements, and we will give the visa guidance as well. Visa guidance means we will give the guidance for what kind of documents you need to submit for the successful visa, and how to face the interview for United States of America visa. And sometimes UK, in between these days, UK embassy also they are conducting the interviews by telephonic conversation. We will give the guidance how to face the entry in telephonic conversation as well as the face-to-face conversation, and the pre and post departure assistance. Basically, every student got the confusion about getting visa. Every student got a lot of the query where they need to stay. We will provide. We are associated with some companies in UK and USA and housing companies. We will give assistance, pre and post departure assistance as well. And virtual person due to COVID-19, we are providing a virtual processing for other city students and other state students as well. I would like to start with UK education system. Basically, United Kingdom is a hub of a lot of reputed universities and providing a lot of courses in computing and mechanical as well as management sector like MBA courses as well. And maximum of our Indian students interested towards United Kingdom from past 1 year. Why? Because United Kingdom is providing post-study work visa for 2 years, which is a stay-back policy to earn good amount over there. And maximum of 80% of international alumni remain studying in UK. And the United Kingdom is the 5th largest economy in the world, offers wide range of opportunities career-wise as well as education-wise. And the basic salary in the United Kingdom is 29,000 per annum. To get the admission into the reputed universities in United Kingdom, we people need to write basic examination, that is English testing language abilities, that is IELTS examination, which is conducted by IDP and IBP. And you can write your TOEFL examination, and as well as you can write your PTE as well, and Duolingo test as well. Some of the universities, they will accept the admission with the 12th standard English marks. If the student got more than 70 marks in 12th standard, they are eligible to apply for your admission. No need to write any IELTS, no need to write any TOEFL, no need to write PTE, no need to write Duolingo test. If you want to pursue your masters in top-rated universities, definitely people need to write IELTS examination. The IELTS will conduct for 9 bands. 6.5 bands is good score. If you want to top-rated admission to the top-rated universities, you need to get minimum 7 IELTS bands. If you want to pursue your masters in MBA in reputed universities, definitely they will consider your previous work experience, which means they will consider minimum 2 years of work experience in India. Yeah, I will explain about the UK education benefits. If you want to pursue your education in UK, maximum of the universities they are providing undergraduate program as well as a PG programs with affordable tuition fees. You can finish your masters within 10 lakhs in Indian currency. And moreover, some of the universities providing placement option along with the main course. So for suppose masters in computer science along with the placement option, masters in computer science along with the internship. Only few universities putting these kind of courses. If you opt with this masters with the placement option courses, you will get the real-time work experience after completion of your masters. It's very much helpful to crack your professional job over there. And one more thing, dependent can work full-time uh, after reaching over there. And if the applicant got the children, they can travel together. And for education for children, UK is completely free of cost. And post-study work visa, which means the after completion of your masters, you United Kingdom is providing post-study work visa, which is stay back policy over there. The student can work full time in this duration, as well as the student can search professional job in this particular 2 years of duration. The Type 2 visa category, the student crack the employment for the 30,000 pounds per annum. They are eligible to get Type 2 visa. The Type 2 visa duration is minimum 3 years. To get admission into the United Kingdom universities, you need to provide minimum these documents here. First thing, you need to provide passport copy, and second thing, you need to submit your resume, and third thing, you need to submit your SSC, which is the 10th mark sheet and 12th standard mark sheet and consolidated marks memo from your previous degree. And you need to provide provisional certificate from your previous degree. And you need to provide minimum 2 LORs, letter of recommendation, which is you need to provide any reference letter from your lecturers or your principal and any of your faculty from your previous university or college and any of your previous institution. And if you're working, you can provide one letter of recommendation from your manager. And for one academic recommendation letter is must. And moreover, some universities ask for the medium of instruction. It's not mandatory. Only few universities will ask for the medium of instruction. There is the certification from your previous institution. They need to state that the student is completed in the medium of English. Okay. After that, the statement of purpose. This is the most important thing to get the admission into universities. For this statement of purpose, maximum of the students they are doing the major mistake here. Ultimately, they are going to Google. They are copying some another student's SOP. They are copying it straight away and they are sending to the universities. Some of these top universities they will verify the plagiarism in this particular SOP. Once they found any plagiarism in this particular SOP, straight away they will reject your admission. So statement is a very simple thing. Just you need to demonstrate about yourself, which means what you about your previous studies and about your future interest, about your we need to explain why you are particularly interested about this particular course and why you are interested about this particular university. You need to mention this kind of the minimum things over there. It's nothing. Don't do those kind of the copy paste things over there. It will reflect on your admission. And if you got any work experience, better to provide that work experience as well. That's useful to get your admission as early as possible. And moreover, and the entry requirement examination results, that is IELTS, PTE, and TOEFL, and during your school card, you need to submit all kind of the documents to the university. It's a depend on university. Some university they will take near about 1 week to get admission, and some university they will take about 15 days. Depend on the university, and moreover, depend on the applications flow over there. Once you apply for once you got your admission, this is the complete visa process for your United Kingdom student visa. Once you apply with the university, you will get the admission, you will get the offer letter within 10 days or 15 days or 20 days, depending on the application flow as well as depend on university requirements. Once you got the admission, you need to go through the You need to go to that offer letter. It is conditional or not. If it is conditional, maximum of the universities they will mention conditions over there. If you got 70 marks in standard, they will recommend higher examination. And so every university they will ask for minimum initial deposit. It depends on university. Some universities they will ask for 2,000 pounds. Some universities they will ask for 50% of initial deposit. And some universities they will ask for 65% minimum deposit. Is the initial deposit it varies the university to university. And some missing documents. Sometimes applicant unable to provide proper LORs and AOP. If they miss any document, they will request for the missing document. Once you fulfill this kind of requirements, you will get the unconditional offer letter. Once you got the unconditional offer letter, depend on university, they will they will take your credibility interview by Skype or by telephonic answer. It's depend on university. What is credibility interview? Credibility interview just they will interview about what kind of knowledge you got about this particular course, why you are selecting this particular university when you compare with the rest of the university, why you are choosing United Kingdom instead of rest of the countries, why you are particularly considering this particular London located university. They will ask for minimum kind of questions. We need to give proper answer for that. Once you're done with your credibility interview, they will request us financial documentation for visa cash letter purpose. This financial document need to submit for visa purpose as well. Before that, the university will check financial documents is the proper way or not. So they will request for the financial documents. You need to show that financial documents to the university by your educational loan, by your savings, or by your fixed deposits. I will explain how to show your financial documents later. Once you once you submit these financial documents to the university will grant one cash letter for you. What is this cash letter? This is a letter from the United Kingdom Border Agency, UKBA Home Office. You will get one number from UKBA government. That is confirmation of acceptance studies. Once you receive the cash letter from university, you are eligible to apply for your student visa. Once you apply for the student visa, generally you will get visa within 15 working days. For UK exclusively, they got separate. Uh, one more, one more alternate thing is that if you pay 20,000 extra to the embassy, that's a priority visa category. You will get visa within 5 working days. Once you got visa approved, happy you can go to that country. You can pursue your masters. After successful completion of your masters, you will get the post-study work permit. Now, I will explain about how you need to maintain financials to show for successful visa to the embassy. For example, I'm taking one university tuition fees here. For suppose if the complete tuition fees is 15,000 pounds, if suppose that university requested initial deposit as 3,000 pounds, you need to show rest of the tuition fees, that is 12,000 pounds, plus you need to show living expenses as well. Is living expense, it ranges city to city, which means if your university is located in inner London, that 12,006 pounds is standard for all universities. So you need to show rest of the tuition fees along with the living expenditure. That is 12,000 pounds plus 12,006 standard for all universities, which is all universities which is located in London. That is 12,006, which is equal to 24,000 pounds. Approximate today conversion we mentioned here near about 100 rupees is we need to show 24 lakhs. You can show this 24 lakhs by your education loan, or you can show by your savings account, and you can show by your FD. If your people showing by FD and savings account, you need to show 28 days old funds. If you are showing by education loan, no need to show 28 days old funds. For suppose your university is located outside of the London, the living expenditure we need to show a bit less than London located universities. If the standard one, the 9,207 pounds, you need to show as a living expenditure for outer London universities. That is 12,000 pounds plus 9,000 pounds, which is equal to 21,000 pounds. Approximate today conversion rate we can show by 21 lakhs. Okay. Then how to select your universities in United Kingdom? First of all, you need to go to the university reputation. Second, you need to check with entry requirements. You people are eligible for that particular university or not. Every university they will ask for the particular GPA, and which means particular percentage, and they will ask for particular entry requirement. So like IELTS score or TOEFL score or PT score. You need to go through entry requirements. After that, course availability. We will strongly recommend the student better to do future course like master's course which is related to your undergraduation. Some of the students, they are interested towards computer science most. Yes, every country in United Kingdom and United States of America, they got the good demand for the computer science program. But the thing is, maximum of the students, they are doing mistake here. For suppose maximum students, they are completing in bachelor's in the field of civil engineering, like commerce sector, like arts and anything, and they're asking for computer science program. Ultimately, you will get the admission from X and Y university. But the thing is, it will become tough to finish your course. So what we recommend, better to go ahead with your own course, which is related to your previous studies. You need to check with the your interest course available in the particular university or not. You need to check out with the university. After that, you need to go ahead with the fee structure as well. Some university, they will provide masters with affordable tuition fees. Some university tuition fees bit high when you compare with the rest of the universities. We need to check out with the tuition fees as well. Maximum of the student uh, go ahead with the budget kind of universities. If you are good at financials, better to go ahead with the reputed universities. But tuition fees bit high when you compare with the rest of the universities. And advantages with that course. In United Kingdom, only if universities offering placement option with internships. We need to go ahead those kind of the universities. It's helpful to get your what you call real-time work experience, and it is helpful to get your professional job over there. What is post-study work visa? Recent from with the effect of 2021 June, United Kingdom government is going to already announced the study work visa is going to implement from June 2021, which is after every undergraduation completion student and master's completed student and PhD completed students are eligible to apply for post-study work visa, which is stay back policy for 2 years. In this particular duration, people can work full time and you are eligible to find your professional job in this particular 2 years of duration. Once at the time of this post-study work visa, in the year first year, in the second year, if you crack your professional job with the annual package of 30,000 pounds, you people will get the Type 2 visa category. The Type 2 visa is a general work permit visa for who got the 30,000 pounds for as annual income. If you got Type 2 visa for 3 years, if you continue that particular job for in the fourth year, automatically it will renew. You will get another Type 2 another 3 years of extension for that particular Type 2 visa. If you stay on that Type 2 visa for 5 years, straight away you will get indefinite leave to remain visa, which is equivalent to permanent resident. That is, we call it as ILR. This is a complete procedure for how to select the universities and what is the education system over there, what is the costing for your masters. It will change to the UG for your undergraduate program. In this, now I explained about the master's course only. It will change for the UG programs. UG basically undergraduate programs is for the 3 years. It complete rest of the procedures, everything is same. But tuition fees, it will change to university to university. The minimum tuition fees for the UG programs, 10,000 pounds per year. Now, I'm going to explain about UK education system as well as the process. Here, when you compare with UK, USA is a very big country, and near about 50 states are there in United States, and more than 4,000 plus universities are available in United States of America. But it became very tough to set the universities which is suitable to particular student. And in United States of America, they are providing lot of and lot of vocational courses along with the undergraduate courses and along with the graduation program. Now I will cover only undergraduation and graduation. Our Indian students maximum they will prefer undergraduate studies and graduate studies. Here, every student what they will think it is that US education is rich man's destination. No, it's absolutely no. If you got good at your academics, if you got very good entry requirements, and maximum of the universities giving the full funding, which means if you are good at your acads and if you crack assistantship in particular universities, they will waive off your complete tuition fees, and you need to meet with the entry requirements of the particular university as well. Now, To apply with the USA universities, basically you need to write some entry examination to get admission into the reputed universities. For example, if you want to pursue your undergraduation, you need to write SAT examination along with your English ability test, that is IELTS. If you can write IELTS instead of TOEFL, you can write TOEFL instead of IELTS. And for master's program, you need to write minimum entry requirement, that is GRE along with the IELTS examination, or GRE along with TOEFL or GRE along with the PT. For MBA graduates, if you want to pursue your masters in USA, you need to write GMAT plus IELTS. And for MBA, maximum the reputed universities in USA, they will ask for work experience. So better to, if you want to get with the reputed universities, better to work a couple of years in India. After that, you can apply for your MBA programs in USA. To get admission into the USA, you need to provide minimum documents, what we mentioned here. Here, earlier is similar like UK admission checklist, but it will change sometimes. For US admission checklist, you need to provide your copy of passport along with your latest CV and your 10th mark sheet along with your 12th mark sheet and official transcripts. We need to courier all the documents. For UK, soft mail is enough to get your admission. But USA, you people need to send official transcript to the university. You need to send hard copies to the university. Because of the COVID condition, maximum of the USA university, they are asking for mail conversation. Otherwise, you need to send hard copies to the university. And you need to provide one provisional certificate along with consolidated marks memo from your previous university or previous college or previous institution. And here, for UK, you people need to submit two recommendation letters, but USA, you people need to submit minimum 3 letter of recommendation. Each university, they will request for the three letter of recommendation that you need to provide from your professors or from your principal, from your any of previous faculty. And statement of purpose, what you earlier what I explained was why you need to selecting particular this course, why you are opting for particular this university. You need to mention everything clear to get your admission. It's a statement of purpose and financial and bank statement. Here, you need to show you got ability to prove you got ability to survey yourself with your own funds. For that, for admission purpose only, we need to submit our financial statement, that is bank statement and balance certificate for admission purpose. Along with that, we need to submit one affidavit support. Why this affidavit support? If the funds are in your parents' name, you need to submit this affidavit of support letter to the university, and you need to submit test score to the university, that is IELTS or TOEFL or PT or GRE. Sometimes universities will ask for the official score rating, which means you need to log in into your official website of GRE and you can do the official score report from the website. Thus, they will charge some additional amount for that, and you can produce any of additional documents if you got any paper presentations, if you got any additional qualifications, like if you got any kind of experience or any kind of what you call in presentations at your IEEE papers, if you wrote any papers in your undergraduation, better to submit those kind of documents. It is helpful to get your scholarships. And basically, types of universities in USA. Basically, there's a lot of universities in USA. Majorly, our Indian students need to prefer these kind of universities, what we mentioned here, which is public funded universities. Public funded universities is sponsored by particular state government. All state universities in USA are public funded universities. These kind of universities, they will get the fund from particular state government. And private funded universities, you will get funding from by own, and profit universities, which is operated by the individual things. So what we'll recommend, better to opt for the public funded universities because the universities will get the funding from public funding from government. So they will provide a lot of scholarships along with the assistantships as well in the particular universities. And every student got a bit confusion how to select the universities. There are a lot of universities are located in USA. Every student will get a confusion what kind of university we need to select for higher education. Just we are mentioning here only few points we people need to consider how to select the universities. First of all, you need to go through university reputation. After and as well as check with the entry requirements. Once you select the university, you need to go to the entry requirements of that particular university. Some universities they will ask a good GRE and good IELTS as well. 300 plus GRE, we call it as a good GRE. And some universities they will ask the good IELTS like 7, 6.5. These scores are good. And you need major thing you need to check out with the course availability. Your course are available or not. You need to go with the entire course structure of that particular course. If you are interested, you can go ahead with that particular university as well as to depend on our budget. You can find out the fee structure as well. And the major thing we need to consider assistantships availability. Is that particular university is providing assistantship or not? If they are providing, better to go ahead with those kind of universities. I will explain clearly about what is RA, GA, and TA. These kind of assistant, if you got any of these kind of the assistantship, you they will waive off your tuition fees, and moreover, they will pay stay fund for you people. So the way if you want to pursue your masters within budget, better to consider are you people are that particular university providing assistantships or not. After that, you need to go ahead with scholarships availability. And the last thing you need to consider your climate conditions over there. Okay, these minimum things you need to consider to select your universities. Yeah, here I will explain about research assistantship. What is actually research assistantship? Is in every university, professors doing some research and some project from the in a particular area. If you are related for that particular area, you can approach the particular for this particular kind of research things and projects. They will get from government and any other private agencies. That particular professors is requires assistance to fulfill the particular project to do research. For that, if you are good at your academics, if you are good at your particular area of subject, they will conduct one interview with you, and if that professor satisfied with your skills, definitely they will take you as a assistant. If you got research assistantship, maximum of the university they will waive off your complete tuition fees, and moreover they will give what it calls stipend for you, which is very much helpful to survive in that country. And teaching assistantship is it's not similar like research assistantship. If you are good at your academics, if you are good at your communications, and maximum of the universities they are offering TA. It's a simple duty is that you need to teach subject to your undergraduate students, and you can help in the assignments as well. You can help to the professors to checking assignments and assisting to the students, uh, and you can assist to the professor into the research as well. If you got the TA, they will waive off tuition fees from your tuition fee, and they will pay the stipend for this TA as well. A GA like similar kind like research assistantships. Uh, so here as well, you need to work under professor. Basically, every student has a confusion. How many universities need to apply in USA? Some of the students they are applying near about 6 universities, 7 universities, and 10 universities. If you are good at your academics, if you are good at your entry requirements, so 3 or 4 universities is sufficient for you. First of all, you need to give preference for one ambitious university, and second thing is two more. You need to apply for 2 moderate universities, and one you need to apply for your safe for any university. Ambitious universities stop than your profile. Sometimes if the student got very less applications, maybe some chances they will consider your application. Moderate university means which is related to your particular profile. If you apply for that universities, you will get admission straight away. Why need to apply for one safer zone university? It's below than your profile. Why? Because if that particular intake, if the university got lot of applications, sometimes they will differ into the next intake. So better to go ahead with one lower university with your one lower than your profile. It's easy to get your admission. Now there are programs like STEM and non-STEM courses are available in US. What is STEM? Science, technology, and engineering and mathematics. These kind of related course we call it as a STEM program. The rest of the all like arts and literature and management kind of courses we call it as non-STEM program. Okay, what is the benefit from STEM program and non-STEM program? If you pursue your masters under STEM program, you will get OPT, higher duration. If you completed your masters in non-STEM program, you will get only 12 months of OPT. What is OPT and CPT? What is OPT means after completion of your masters, USA government, they are providing 12 months of optional practical training program. You can work internship as well. You can work professional job as well in that particular duration. If you continue that particular job after 12 months, it will automatically it will get renewed to another uh, 24 months for Europe. CPT means at the time of pursuing your masters, there is a right to work in that particular country. So you can work 20 hours per week. So it's to helpful at the time of master. This CPT helpful for to get real-time work experience. Only if universities providing CPT programs. What will recommend? Better to go with project masters after completion of your masters. Better to go with OPT. And while you're doing CPT is useful, but thing is not all universities providing at the time of masters. Yeah. After once you got your admission, you need to check out with the visa checklist as well. Yeah. Once you got your admission, you need to take appointment, embassy appointment through official website, VFS Global official website. You can take your appointment for your visa interview. And DS 160 means you need to mention all your details about your previous education details as well as your previous work experience details and your university details in that. You need to mention everything here. After that, you need to pay $250 for service fees. That is, you need to pay for that for the USA government, and after that, you need to provide one passport copy. You need to provide one I-20, that is admission letter. For excuse for USA, we call it as a I-20 copy. And you need to carry your virtual marks, photos, and transcripts. And you need to provide scorecards. And you need to show the funds which is along with your living expenditure. Earlier, I explained in the UK, the same thing you need to show in US as well. You need to show your tuition fees along with your living expenditure here. You need to show by your state, you can show by your savings, you can show by your fixed deposit, you can show by your education loan letter here. If you got any work experience, you can show that. It's helpful to get your visa. And CA and CE report. It's not at all mandatory. But the thing is, it's a clear demonstration about your assets and your parents' annual income as well as your asset evaluation. It's not at all mandate. But if you carry this kind of a document, it's very much helpful to explain in front of the visa officer about your parents' annual income, about your assets, what you got in India. Maximum students they got refusal in USA visa interview because of lack of confidence level. To crack your if person to crack your USA visa, you need to demonstrate yourself very properly in front of visa officer. First thing, these things we need to maintain to crack your successful visa. First of all, you need to speak good language which is comfortable. Don't use any kind of vocabulary words. Sometimes the student get the confusion, and moreover, some of the students doing major mistake is that they are copying from Google from previous interviews, and they are saying same thing, repeated things. They are using repeated words. They are using in front of the user officer. At that time, you got the chance to get the refusal, and you need to show the positive attitude, and you need to demonstrate yourself is that you got a strong ties with the family in India. Ultimately, you need to present yourself that you are going to pursue your masters in USA. After completion of your masters, you need to come back to India according to the F1 visa rules category. You need to say same thing to the visa officer as well. And you need to explain about your previous studies, and you need to show your confidence or what kind of a command you got about your future course. And you need to have a good idea why you're particular opting for this particular university. You need to do minimum research about your university, like when it is established, where it is located, and what kind of courses they are providing, and what the benefits from this particular university. You need to do your own research. Don't some of the universities some of the students they will do the major mistake here. They will fail to explain about your future course, and they are going to they are going to they are sometimes they are getting confusion how to promote a particular course, how to how it is useful for his particular career. So because of that reason, some maximum of the students they are getting refusals for US visa, and uh, and you need to produce complete documents about your financials and about your assets in India. And some students they are doing mistakes. Do not mention hopes on employment in USA. If you show that kind of the things at the time of interview, we'll consider the potential immigrant. Straight away they will reject your visa. If you got any doubts, I will go back again. I will explain. With my knowledge, I explained here. If you got any doubts, I will explain. Sorry. Any doubts? Message. Yeah. 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 If you got any doubts as well, you can mail here as well. And if you got any doubts, you can call us. Our counselors will our counselors will clear your doubts about UK education system, universities. And here we will find one chat blog here. You got chat column over there. If you got any questions, just mention over there. We will give answers over there.